It's a
Lots of
wild
things
chase.
going
A
on in
cop
the
in hot
world.
pursuit of a shoplifting suspect.
Quick pursuit for dealers. White female, gray top.
He runs after her across the parking lot. But it looks like he's out of luck as the accused thief jumps into a getaway car.
Get out! Stop! Stop the vehicles!
The cop can only watch in frustration as the car zooms away. Then, out of nowhere, a woman driving by in her car sees what's happening and makes an audacious offer. The cop runs around to the passenger side and does just that.
Follow, go, go, go.
He and his civilian crime-fighting partner go after the car.
They're right there. They're going around the back.
I'm in a vehicle with a civilian. I'm going to try to keep sight of him.
The officer directs other
This
cops
is good
via his
vibes.
radio.
It turned right onto town center towards the circle.
You see him?
Yeah.
The civilian has no flashing lights or sirens, so she has to drive carefully. But she and the officer keep the suspect's car in sight until it's boxed in by the cops. As the officer jumps out, the woman has a parting message.
Thank you for your service.
It's game over for the shoplifting suspect and the accused getaway driver. And here's that woman who found herself chasing after the suspects.
I just thought, I'm in a car and I'm faster in my car than he is running.
I spoke to mother of three, Leslie Smith, and Sergeant Jeffrey Cars after she was honored by police at a ceremony in Slidell, Louisiana.
Respect, man. Wonderful.
Were you nervous at all to get involved?
I wasn't, actually. I just wanted to do whatever I could to help out.
I like that. I wanted to help out. Bravo.
So what did Leslie do right after the suspected shoplifter was arrested?
I made a U-turn and went back to shopping.
Aye, it's a good episode, that one. No, my friends, these are the things I've been saying. One day, these things might take over the world. Wow. If we are not careful. Look at this. These ones are not people in costumes. It's real robots.
We have alien spaceships in our possession. We have bodies. Where and why can't I get the specifics to verify those claims?
If the President of the United States issued an executive order that absolves me of all of my TSSCI NDAs, NDAs are non-disclosure agreements. Those are the agreements we have to sign for every compartment in our SCI clearances. So if the President waives or absolves my obligation to those NDAs, and I get subpoenaed by Congress, somebody on Capitol Hill, some committee, either in the Senate or the House or the both, to reveal everything I know that I learned from my investigations, both unclassified and classified, into the legacy UAP, crash retrieval, and hardware reverse engineering and NHI programs, I would do so. If I could be waived from that or absolved in some fashion by presidential order, and if Congress subpoenas me, yes, I would go and tell them everything I know.
If you drop garlic into a jar and fill it with raw honey, then leave it on your counter for 30 days, you end up with a mixture that is antiviral, antibacterial, and great to consume during cold season. But make sure that you open the lid once per week to burp it. If you add fresh rosemary and fresh thyme to a jar and fill it with apple cider vinegar, then leave it on your counter for 3 weeks, you get an antimicrobial mixture that supports respiratory health and helps to loosen mucus.
It's good, but
If you add
lots of
elderberries
people have to be
boiling
used to
water and
that.
add 2 sticks of cinnamon, then stir in raw honey after it cools. You get an immune-supporting syrup that is super high in antioxidants and can be consumed daily.
And if you love your neighbor and be kind, you get incredible blessings in return. Now look at this robot. Wow, 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 wow. Ay! Ay! Wow! Ay!
为什么是这么好笑？为什么？
What did you think we were before you began to think of us as human beings?
Listen to what he says.
In a way, we thought of you almost as a very superior pet.
What? A pet.
Something, or rather someone,
Hey, no way.
we had to take care of. Because we had to do so much of their thinking for them. We had to do almost everything for them, except living their own lives. Anything outside, we had to do for them.
I'm hearing this. Someone called other otherlings pets.
How do you land if your landing gear fails? How dangerous is it? Well, very dangerous. Safer on the runway or on a softer surface like grass? And would you prefer front wheel only, back wheels only or none if you had the option. Thinking about it now, I would say this. A, it's very dangerous if your landing gear doesn't come down, right? For obvious reasons, especially if one or the other doesn't come down. What would I prefer? I wouldn't prefer to land on grass. You would think that grass is soft and it might be to your feet, but not to an airplane coming down. An airplane coming down is going to be a lot of weight. It's going to be a lot of momentum and it's going to dig in, and that's going to cause the airplane to twist and do a lot of other things that I don't want it to do. I'm going to want to land on the hardest surface I can. Now that might be counterintuitive because you're thinking, well, wait a minute, why do we want to do that? If I bring the airplane in right and smoothly enough, I can still do that with no landing gear. Then I'm going to skid. What they'll do is they'll go out and they'll foam the runway if you have no landing gear. And in fact, my preference would be all the gear up. So I've got as smooth a bottom as I possibly can on the airplane. If I can go to an airport where they can foam the runway, it's pretty cool if you've ever seen it. They'll put a bunch of foam out for like the first 3,000 feet. And when you touch down in that, you just kind of slide on that foam. But the airplane now weighs in and you just kind of come slowly to a stop. There's lots of sparks, but the foam is also a fire agent that puts out any sort of potential flames or fire.
So why are there only 21 million Bitcoin?
Yeah. Why are there only 21? This is actually a very good question. And if you don't know things like this, you'd get embarrassed somewhere saying that you're invested in crypto.
Because that's how it's written in the code. Satoshi, who created Bitcoin, the number that he chose doesn't really matter. What matters more is that it's a fixed number, right? And that the number can't be.
Not quite, my friend. This is the type of answer that you'd expect from a complete retail. Why are there only 21? Why not 25? Why not 50? Yeah? Because if you say that Satoshi Nakamoto just wrote it into the code, well, he might as well have just done 50 million. Why not 100 million? Now, saying that it's because that's how it's written in the code is technically and basically correct, but we're not here for the basics now, are we? This is understanding crypto after all. So why are there only 21? Let's get to it. The reason why it's 21 and not 50 and not 100, the reason why it's 21 million right here as the maximum supply is because of Bitcoin's issuance schedule. 21 million is not an arbitrary number. Satoshi did not just wake up and say, oh, I love 21 so much, let's make it 21. No, not 25, not 30, 21. No, he did not do that. 21 million is actually a result of the network's BTC issuance. Let's explain this.
What is that?
To explain this in a way that you will completely understand, we have to quickly explain how the Bitcoin network itself works. So the network itself is just like a group of computers all validating and processing transactions. Some of them are miners and some of them are just nodes. We'll have to talk about miners and nodes, how they are different in some other video. But all you need to know for now is that nodes do validate transactions but do not mine, so they do not get rewards, whereas miners do mine or add transactions onto the blockchain, so they get reward. Now, when Satoshi Nakamoto launched the Bitcoin network, there were not many people participating, yeah? So how do you incentivize people to join the network? There has to be an incentive. That incentive is the BTC reward. So Bitcoin is actually the name of the network, whereas BTC is the currency or reward of that network. So suppose you here wanted to join the network, you would be rewarded in BTC if you mined in that network. And that reward would be 50 BTC. Now, 50 is very important here because 50 is the issuance we were talking about. We're talking about Bitcoin issuance schedule. Yeah, that 50 is the starting point. That is how we get to 21 million. Now, Satoshi Nakamoto knew that it can't always be 50. Yeah? The idea here is that the Bitcoin network is structured to mine a block every 10 minutes, and the reward for that mining is 50 BTC per block. This is when it was just launched. Yeah, that was the initial issuance. That was the initial reward. Now, you'd have to mine 210,000 blocks before this reward is halved. So after every 210,000 blocks, the reward here is halved into 2. So the next reward here would be 25 BTC per block. And that goes on for another 210,000 blocks. Now, if you do the math, 210,000 blocks will be roughly every 4 years. That is where we get the Bitcoin halving. Now, if you continue dividing by 2 every 4 years, that's after every 210,000 blocks, you will get these rewards right here. So after 25, you will get 12.5. After 12.5, you will get 6.25. After 6.25, you will get 3.125, which is the current reward rate right now. After that, we get 1.5625, and after that, we get 0.78125, and the list continues. You keep halving by 2 every 4 years. Here is the thing though. Satoshi, with his or her or their genius mind,
That
put a
Satoshi must
cap
have
on
been
the
a
year
wise
the
man.
mining will end. So this division by 2 will end in the year 2140. So if you add up 50, 25, 12.5, 6.25, 3.125, if you add up all of those rewards, you get this number, which is actually 20,999,999.9769 BTC. Rounded up, it will give you 21 million.
Wow.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you end up with 21 million BTCs as the maximum supply. It is a direct result of the network's BTC issuance schedule, given how much was initially the reward and how long it will take for mining on the network to end.
Hey, thank you, brother, for explaining that. The group that made the Bitcoin was extremely mind-blowing. Now look at this. The cattle can't believe they saw something strange.
Leave him alone.
Hey, this is a good vibes guy. He gave the animal a ride. Hey, wow. I mean, this koala bear, it looks this cool.
There you go. Away from the
Aye, it looks like a doll. Man, it's incredible. Aye. This world is full of interesting stuff.
She's my baby. Yes, I carried her for 38 weeks. Yes, she is a real baby. She's not a fake baby. She's only 6 months old, and I've heard that Cat Williams joke more times than you can count, and it's not funny. For those of you that still have more questions, they can usually be answered by genetics are crazy. They do all kinds of things.
What? It is the if gene that one or what's up?
If you see this on the road, don't hit it.
What is it?
I watched this video for what felt like an hour trying to figure out what I was looking at. And I finally believe I have the puzzle cracked.
Okay,
this video
tell us
shows
now.
a person driving down a road. In the distance, there's this weird object that appears to be floating, and it really does not make sense in terms of depth perception as to what's going on here. Upon observing this over and over again, though, I found one shape that appears to be consistent with what we saw in the original video, and that is the back end of an owl flying. Given the fact that this video was recorded at nighttime and owls are excellent gliders, I believe that we're probably looking at a large owl that actually has a bird in its talons, because down here we can see another pair of wings flapping, so this owl likely just picked up dinner. In terms of the exact type of owl, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't feel confident because the resolution's very low, but I do know that great horned owls are very large and have a large wingspan. Either way, if this video is real, I do think that this is an owl. Otherwise, I would just peg this as being a.
Or maybe a mod recorded up close. But you, my friend, please leave your thoughts on that.
Compare the Bible, the Quran, and the Vedas. There's only 3 lines that match. And
Which
they say
ones?
the same thing. Stay with me. If you remove the names, the context, and the cultural layers in the Bible, the Quran, and the Vedas, there are 3 sentences that repeat almost verbatim.
Which ones?
In different languages and in different eras, without direct connection. Okay, so the first of them is, in the beginning was the Word. The same in the Quran, he created everything through the word be, and it was. In the Vedas, speech is the basis of creation. This is not about God, by the way. This is about the power of intention expressed through vibration. Everything begins not with action, but with formulation, with what you speak inside yourself. Okay, number 2, we have the second parallel. The phrase traditionally that you see on the deathbed, actually. We shall return to the source. In the Bible, and the dust returns to the ground it came from, and the spirit returns to God. So interesting. And in the Quran, to him is your return. And in the Vedas, the Atma merges with the Brahma. All 3 texts say you are not the body, you are part of
The Vedas is for Hindus or what?
Understood or deceived. And if you think everything ends with the last breath, you haven't understood why you came here in the first place. And now the third one, and then this one is the eeriest coincidence and the one that everyone avoids, which is basically fear is an illusion. In the Bible, do not be afraid, for I am with you. In the Quran, the believers shall have no fear, nor shall they grieve. And in the Vedas, he who has realized the self is freed from fear. This is not comfort, this is a direct instruction. Fear is a program launched to control. And if you see it, you are already free. You are no longer subject to a system in which you must fear in order to obey. So I just thought I'd share that. It's so interesting to me. I love having these conversations with my friends because we're a multi-faith group of friends. I was born Indian Catholic, another friend is Hindu, and the third is Muslim, and we love finding these parallels because I feel like not too many people talk about it. We're always talking about the differences in religion and not the similarities, but let me know your thoughts.
That one is an interesting thought. I'm surprised Good Vibes Child of God has read
when
all
people
those
actually
books.
start questioning this stuff, it makes no sense. Africa got 54 countries. All of them people speak different languages. You mean to tell me you gave everybody an IQ test in that country? You went to Africa and you gave all these African countries an IQ test. You just came up with these numbers. Where are you pulling these numbers from?
Yeah.
Oh, this shit, I promise you, living in America will drive you mad, bro. It will make you pissed, bro. You will get pissed off. The older you get, the angrier you fucking get, bro.
I thought English is the land of the free. Good Vibes lad.
I was getting ready to go to bed when I noticed the word live spelled backwards is evil.
Wow.
I've said this one before, but lived spelled backwards is devil.
What?
I don't know why I'm sharing this. Just something for you to ponder.
What's there need for doing that? Oh my god. Wow.
If your answer to the question of what is after death is anything other than I don't know,
Mario.
we don't know. So we shouldn't make decisions based on things that we don't know.
Well, here's what happens after days that you might not know. Understanding it can change the way you make decisions. 1 hour after your funeral, the crying slows down. Your family goes home to take care of guests, while your body meets the organism in the soil. By the end of the day, people are already talking about sports, news, politicals. Your reflexes are gone. The body begins to cool down. A few days later, your workplace looks for someone to replace you.
Oh my god.
Your body starts to swell.
Wow.
Your skin becomes tight. And your organs begin to turn into liquid.
My friend, did you have to tell us this?
Your family sits with a lawyer to divide what you left behind.
Oh my
your
god.
nails and teeth begin to fall out. 3 months later, your spouse laughs again. Your children smile again. And your body keeps breaking down into the earth.
Wow.
A year later, someone visits your grave and says, it feels like just yesterday. And by now, the assets of your body have destroyed your burial clothes. 10 years later, a friend sees your photo and remembers you. Only your bones remain. This is how quickly the world moves on. Life is too short. What are you gonna do before you die?
My friend, make sure you love your neighbor the way you love yourself and spread good vibes
Hey,
and love.
boss, dog. I was digging where you marked out.
Where I marked out, I didn't mark anything out. The fiber guys were supposed to be there to mark stuff out.
You get the dig permit?
No, I told you it wasn't coming in until noon today.
Oh, uh-oh.
Why?
We might have a problem.
Why?
I kind of came across some caution tape.
Well, at least you hit the caution tape. They lay the caution tape down before they lay the fiber. So at least you got to the caution tape. That means there's fiber under there. Just wait till I get there.
Oh, you know I'm all gas, right? So, I kind of hit the pipe. I see,
You hit the pipe?
Yeah, I hit the pipe.
Is there any cables or wires showing, or is there a rainbow?
We got blue and yellow ribbon.
All right. Just go ahead, fire the excavator up, and just drive it right into the pond.
Oh boy.
Just call it a day, buddy. Go home.
Wow. So
Yeah, you're done.
I'm fired.
Oh man, good vibes, guy.
I messed up today.
Guy. Ooh.
Turned too many times to the left,
Yeah.
and it uncredited itself.
Brother. Wow, that one has screwed himself. Hey.
Have you guys seen this video of a woman 116th in the food bank driving there with everyone else in their brand new cars? And anyone else find this strange that America has the richest poor people? That these people are essentially, in my opinion, taking away from real poor
These
people?
are politicians' car in this side of the world.
30, 40,
English
more
people.
$1,000. There's even like a brand new
These are
Escalade
civilians'
here,
cars.
and you're showing up to a food bank. Like, why don't you just sell
No,
your
this
car?
cannot be. My friend tells me these are poor people's cars in English lands.
Look,
It's
the
like
prices of some of these cars.
we
And
need to
look how
go
much
there and
food
be
they
poor.
actually
Or
give them.
what's up?
These rich,
Look at these
poor
cars.
people are given just pounds of meat and milk and berries.
How
and
can
loads of expensive food.
someone have a car like
Basically
this
taking
and
this away
say
from
they are
real
poor?
people that actually need this. Look at the granite countertops in your giant house, in your brand new car, driving to the food bank, guys. I can't be the only one that has a problem with this. Like, don't do this, please, unless you're.
Hey, English people, the world there is extremely different, mind blowing. I can't believe the things I see here. You mean, wait, first before we wrap up this thing, my friend tell me, if you are watching and you are from English stats, is it true that most people there have cars? Yourself watching, do you have a car? You see, from this side of the world, my friends, I tell you normally, a car is something respectable. Actually, most of the good ones, like the ones you just saw in that video, are owned by politicians, people in government. Most of us are foot people. We walk day in, day out like livestock. And it's good vibes. We enjoy it. I'm always surprised seeing English people claim they are poor and someone lives in a car. I can't grasp that information in my head here. Please explain that to me well if you understand it in the comment section. Now, my friend, thank you very much for your time, man. It's been lovely being with you. Lots of love and respect. Now, my friend, to end up this show in style, let's share something for our souls. Words of wisdom from this book here, The Constitution of Human Beings. And today, this is what it tells us from the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter sorry my friend, just a little mistake. The message is from the book of Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. It says, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, do not be terrified, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. That's a wonderful promise from the book of wisdom, my friends. And now, let's give thanks for that and end the show. Wonderful Father, thank you, dear Lord, for giving us hope through the words from the book of wisdom today. We give you glory for that. Thank you above all, Father, for the union you gave us today, together with your precious child, today's viewer. We give you glory, Father. Thank you for the blessings you've passed to this viewer, Father. and thank you for forgiveness of all our sins, Father. Dear Lord, we pray that you might uplift this viewer's soul, Father, and give them strength. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. See you next time, beautiful Earthling. Have some good time. Spread the videos with friends and families and rewatch the ones you can. Hit that super thanks button and notification button for good vibes sake. Bye bye. Peace, man.